Hi guys, I'm back. Another video today. So you guys are probably wondering, Joey, why are you making a video today? Well, today's video is kind of different. I haven't done this in a very long time. But today I'm going to be making a TV show review of a TV show that has came out on Netflix. Now, you guys probably remember the last time I've done a TV show review from Netflix was The Big Show, and that only had one season. Well, today is a TV show review of The Crew. So, what is the basic synopsis of The Crew? The Crew is basically a show about NASCAR. It's a comedy about NASCAR. Now, what do I mean? Well, it's basically about this team. They're old school. They're old school and they do things old school. And they're trying to modernize the team so the team doesn't get buyed out by another team. And they like to keep things in the old school days of NASCAR, which their old owner retires and then a new owner takes over. She tries to modernize it, try to make more money for the team. She gets a new sponsor, which is not very good and is probably not very realistic to today's NASCAR. One of the drivers in the show gets a concussion and he gets taken out for 2 races and he gets replaced by a new upcoming driver, which he feels like that he's going to be replaced by the new upcoming driver, but that doesn't happen because the crew chief tells him that's not going to happen, and then the new owner gets fired, the old owner takes over, and then other stuff happens. There's different plot points. I felt the ending of the show is really good. How was the ending? Well, I'm not going to spoil it, but all I got to say about the ending is it's like one of those endings where you know it's going to be going into season 2, but the ending is kind of like what's going to happen in the next season ending. So they put stuff in for next season, which I feel like The Crew does deserve to have a season 2. Now, that's whether or Netflix picks it up. Not a lot of people think it's a funny comedy. I thought it was a little bit funny, but I like the more side of NASCAR than it trying to be funny. So, that's the basic synopsis of The Crew. What I like about the show, it has NASCAR in it, which not a lot of people know this about me, but I am a big NASCAR fan. You guys really don't see it unless if you watch my Tips of NASCAR, which that was a series I was going to do. Originally, it was supposed to become a full series, but I never picked up because I kept forgetting about it. I mean, I do Tips of NASCAR here once in a while, but that's really about it. Now I'm getting off topic. Who is the big person in the show? Well, there's a couple big actors. I can't name all of them because I don't know all their names, but the biggest one I know is in the show is Kevin James. Kevin James is in the show. He's the crew chief for the driver. So yeah, do I think Kevin James played the role well? Yes, he did. He did have some funny moments, but a lot of people, I understand, don't like the show because they don't think it's like funny enough for NASCAR fans, which I'm not worried about the funniness. I was worried more about the NASCAR part than the funniness. I mean, I think I think they did a pretty good job with portraying what happens in NASCAR today, what you need to know about the cars, and how to survive in NASCAR if you're a small team. Now, there's not really a lot of small teams in NASCAR nowadays. A lot of the small teams are gone now because they got bought out. I mean, there is no low-sized teams anymore. It's either you're going to be like a medium-sized team where you're close to the top but you're not close enough, and either you're a high-stakes team that wins a lot of races. I can go into detail about more medium-sized teams and medium-sized to high-sized teams in another video if you guys want to see it. But that's basically everything about the crew. And yeah, that's basically what the show is about. It's about the crew. I don't think it's really trying to be funny, but there definitely is some funny moments in it. So I do recommend watch this show. What do I give the crew out of 10? Honestly, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. I've seen a lot of better shows of this. I've seen a lot of better shows than this, but it's not the worst show I've ever seen. I mean, it's generally a good NASCAR show. Now, there's not too many, NASCAR shows out like this. I can only think of 2 movies that are really similar to this. And they're movies, and they're not TV shows. The 2 movies I'm thinking about is Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, and Days of Thunder. Which, those are pretty similar to this, but they take more place at the time of their time period in the 90s and the early 2000s. But, I think the show's pretty similar to that. I think the show did a good job, and that's why I give it a 6.5 out of 10. I really do recommend to go watch this show on Netflix. If you're a NASCAR fan, I think you will like this. But if you're not a big NASCAR fan, then I don't really recommend it because it won't be big for you. I also recommend watching Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, and Days of Thunder. Those are 2 good movies. They are pretty good to watch. So I recommend those movies as well. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Period.